What if you could easily take your business to the next level, break through your current plateaus and smash all your income goals, and all you have to do is fix this one mistake? Well, that's what I did and helped me go from inconsistent $5,000 months to consistently making over $20,000 a month. So in this video, I'm going to show you what the one mistake you need to fix to effortlessly grow your business and income is, and how to avoid it in the first place. I'm Ross Harkness, founder of selfmastery.co, a bespoke consulting company that helps entrepreneurs take themselves and their business to the next level. So what is the mistake that's holding your business back? Well, it is by far the most common mistake I see entrepreneurs make, and it is the #1 reason their business doesn't grow. I'll tell you what it is and what to do about it in just a minute, but for you to actually realize this is a mistake you're making and be able to fix it, you need to understand this first. Your business not growing is like you being ill. When you get ill, there was a reason. You don't just get ill or sick for no reason. So you can then either power through it, try some home remedy fix, or go to the doctors. But you've been there before. You get ill, you do whatever to fix it, and then 2 weeks later you're ill again. Well, the exact same thing happens in 99% of businesses. When you have a problem in your business, one of three things happens. You either ignore the problem, fail to solve it, or you solve it by causing another problem that just pops up in a few weeks' time. But because there's a time delay between the two problems, it's incredibly hard to link the two problems together. Now, what happens next is something you've very likely experienced before, and it's this repeating cycle of peaks and troughs, where 1 month you'll hit a certain top line number, the next you'll hit a slightly lower number, the next month you'll hit a slightly higher top line number, and it repeats, averaging out at you never improving or progressing and your business staying stuck where it is. You see, you can fix a problem, but if you don't fix what caused the problem, then another problem will just take its place. It's like being ill. When you're ill, if you don't fix the poor nutrition, the lack of sunlight and shit sleep that caused you to become ill in the first place, then in 2 weeks' time, you'll just get ill again. For your business to grow, you can't just go to the doctor and get a pill. You have to fix what is causing the problems in your business. So let's dive into what causes your problems so that you can actually start to fix them. Business is like a video game. For you to complete a certain mission, you have to take certain actions and make certain decisions. If you make the wrong ones, you'll not be able to complete the mission. You'll encounter problems. Well, the same thing happens in your business. When you make the wrong decisions and you take the wrong actions, you create problems. So the reason your business isn't growing is because you're making the wrong decisions and taking the wrong actions. And if you want to fix the problems you have in your business, you can't just solve the problem. You have to fix the decisions and actions that cause the problems in your business, which means you need to fix yourself. After all, your business is nothing but a reflection of you. This is a mistake that holds every entrepreneur back and stops their business from growing. They think their business can change, even if they don't change. Now let's dive into how you can actually fix this so that you can stop holding your business back and finally see consistent growth. On the surface, the problem is that you're making the wrong decisions and you're taking the wrong actions. But to finally change this, you have to know what causes you to make those decisions and take those actions. You see, as humans, we do what we think is the right thing to do in each situation. We don't stand on the edge of a cliff knowing the wrong thing to do would be to take one more step forward and then do it. No, we take a step back because we know it's the right thing to do. What you believe to be right is determined by what you think to be true, or in other words, your beliefs. When you stand at the edge of a cliff, you believe that if you take a step forward, you'll fall and then die because that's how gravity works. And you believe that if you take a step back, you'll be safer because you're farther from the edge. And so you take that step back because you believe it's the right thing to do. The problem with this is that it relies on your beliefs being true. If you genuinely believed that you could fly, you would have absolutely no problem running headfirst off that cliff and crashing straight down to the ground. And so in business, your decisions and your actions are determined by the beliefs that you have and what you think is true. But there's two crucial things you need to understand here. One, because you believe what you're doing is the right thing to do since it aligns with your beliefs, you'll not be able to recognize the things you're doing wrong. And two, 99% of your beliefs are subconscious. So what are your beliefs? Do you know them? Do you know all of them? You can probably identify a few beliefs that you have, but the vast majority of your beliefs are embedded deep into your subconscious mind. Think of yourself like an iceberg. There's the part you see above the water, but the vast majority of that iceberg is below the water. The conscious version of you, the part of you that thinks and that does, is only the tip of the iceberg poking out above the water. when in reality, the vast majority of who you are, how you think and what you do is in your subconscious mind, the part of the iceberg that's hidden beneath the water. And so it might look like the iceberg, its movement, its position is determined by the bit you see. But in reality, the vast majority of that iceberg and what determines where it goes is a bit that cannot be seen. So if your beliefs determine your actions and your decisions, and the vast majority of your beliefs are subconscious, and you're not aware of them, then the vast majority of your actions and decisions are done unconsciously. How many times have you been sitting at your desk, supposed to be working hard on your most important task, but then you realize you're on your phone, and you didn't even realize you picked it up? This is just one example of how your actions are unconscious. Even something we all take for granted, your heart. It beats and pumps blood around your body, keeping you alive every second of every day without any conscious thought. Your subconscious controls up to 90% of your actions. So your actions are determined by your beliefs about yourself and the world. You cannot act outside of what you believe to be true. And so if you believe that you struggle to get leads, then you will subconsciously do whatever it takes to struggle to get leads. If you believe your market is saturated, you will subconsciously act like your market is saturated and struggle to get sales. And so to fix your actions and decisions so that you can finally see growth and progress in your business, there's 3 things you need to do. So let's dive into them right now. How many beliefs do you think you have? How many of them do you think hold you back? You see, bad decisions and bad actions are caused by beliefs that hold you back. And so for them to change, you have to remove those limiting beliefs that cause you to make the wrong choices. And until you do that, you're always going to be doing things that cause problems in your business and keep it stuck where it is. Because remember, you cannot act outside of your beliefs. So how do you remove these limiting beliefs? Well, this has 2 steps. Imagine you were running a race, but right as you were about to start, you realized you didn't know where the finish line was. What do you think your chances of winning that race are? Well, pretty damn fucking low. In fact, they're non-existent. Removing limiting beliefs is no different. To win that race and remove the beliefs, you first have to know where the finish line is and what beliefs you're trying to remove. And the best way to identify them is to watch how you speak. So remember that at least 90% of everything you do is unconscious, and 100% of everything you do is determined by your beliefs. So when you think or when you speak, 90% of the time you didn't consciously think through what you were saying. And what you'll notice is that a lot of these thoughts are reflections of your limiting beliefs. You might be sitting there crunching some numbers for your business, see these peaks and troughs that have no uptrend and think, fuck, I can't grow my business, this isn't working. You would not have said that if you did not believe it at some level to be true. Now, you might consciously sit there and think, okay, I know I can scale my business, I just don't know how right now. But the fact that you said to yourself without thinking that you can't is a reflection that your subconscious believes that you can't. Otherwise, you would never have said it. You would never be on the edge of a cliff and say to yourself, I can fly, because you know subconsciously and consciously that you can't. So curate your thoughts and words, realizing what you're thinking and what you're saying, and understand that everything you think and everything you say is at some level a reflection of a belief that you have. Now, here's the key part. If you realize that you just said, fuck, I can't grow my business, this isn't working, you need to immediately correct yourself, because beliefs are formed and get stronger through repetition. When you say you can't grow your business, you make that belief stronger. And so you need to counteract that by correcting yourself and saying something as simple as, I can grow my business. Your words have power. Your subconscious thoughts reflect your beliefs. Your conscious thoughts and words have a bit more leeway, and you can use that to correct yourself when you notice a limiting belief. And over time, through repetition, that belief will be removed, but only if you learn how to identify those limiting thoughts and words and correct yourself. But removing limiting beliefs isn't enough to start taking the right actions. It's like fixing your nutrition, behavioral habits, and sleep just enough to stop you from getting ill again, but not fixing them enough for you to thrive. It'll stop you from taking the wrong actions, but for your business to blow up, you need to replace those limiting beliefs with constructive mindsets. So what are the mindsets that every single successful entrepreneur has? Well, there are 2 that are essential to have if you want to succeed in the business world. They are abundance. After all, how can you expect to make a load of money if you don't believe there's an abundance of it out there? And then extreme ownership. To improve, you need to own that the things you're doing are your responsibility. You need to understand that it's entirely up to you to do better. Now, to build these mindsets, you need to do 2 things. So remember how beliefs are formed through repetition. Well, you need to repeatedly drill these two mindsets into your subconscious. The best way to do that is to write down those beliefs as if you already have them. For example, I believe money is abundant. I will always have enough with plenty to spare and my business prospers, growing every day. You then want to read these beliefs every morning and every night. Now, this isn't some manifestation bullshit. You don't just think things and magically get them. No, this is psychology, okay? Remember, beliefs are formed through repetition. Beliefs dictate your actions. And so by reading these daily, you build the belief that money is abundant and that your business is growing, and then you start subconsciously taking actions and making decisions aligned with that belief, making money abundant in your life and doing the right things for your business to grow. But what happens if you don't do this? Well, if you believe money is scarce, you're going to act in accordance with that belief, and you'll act in a way that ensures you never make money and your business stays stuck where it is. Because if you don't believe that there's a lot of money out there, how on earth can you get any of it? There's none out there for you to get. Now, if you really want to unlock the power of this technique to grow your business, you also need to stack evidence. So if you're trying to build the belief that money is abundant and your business is growing, anytime you experience or do anything that aligns with that belief, whether you get an influx of leads or make a sale or upsell a client or do anything at all that proves that belief is true, you want to write it down. Now, I would recommend you start a notes document in your phone. Title it with the belief you're trying to build and then write down all the evidence in here. What this is doing is creating more repetition. Do you understand? You're just repeatedly driving home a new way to see the world and in turn opening up the possibilities of how you can act and changing the results you get. So your thoughts represent your belief systems, but your thoughts and beliefs are different from how you think. If you wanted to be an elite athlete, you would have to not only build the beliefs and mindsets of an elite athlete, but you have to learn how to think like an athlete, how they see the game, the tactics, the player movements, the strategies. Business is no different. If you want to be an elite entrepreneur that has a business that grows consistently, then you need to learn how to think like an elite entrepreneur. Now, to do that, you have to learn how to think in a very specific way, a way that is critical and allows you to see reality for how it objectively is, so that you can make the right changes to improve your business. So how do elite entrepreneurs think? Well, what you have to understand about business, and in fact reality in general, is that nothing happens by accident. Everything that happens is an output that was created by an input. If you start a cold email campaign, that is an input. The output is then that you sign clients. Now, if your cold email campaign is crap, then the output might be incredibly low and you might sign very few clients or even no clients at all. But you see, a standard entrepreneur sees this as they send emails, they sign no clients. Therefore, cold emails don't work. They see it as one thing. An elite entrepreneur thinks in systems. They see that they had the input of sending cold emails and the output was lower than they expected. Instead of looking at it as cold emails don't work, they see it as their input wasn't good enough, and so they aim to improve the input to improve the output. If you want to grow your business, this is what you have to do. You have to see things as inputs and outputs, not just that things don't work. Because here's the thing, to be honest, basically every bit of advice you've ever heard about building businesses works. Some bits of advice just are better than others. So it's not about saying things as yes or no, but about seeing where you can improve. And to do that, you have to think in systems. You can even take this back to your beliefs. Your beliefs are inputs. Your actions are the output of those beliefs, okay? If your actions, the output, aren't what you want, the input, your beliefs, must change. So if your business is not growing, the output is bad, you need to change the input. You need to change the actions and decisions you make in regards to your business so that they're better and your output, your business, and the amount of money you can make can grow. And so if you want your business to grow consistently, you have to remove your limiting beliefs that cause you to make bad decisions and build constructive mindsets that allow your business to not only grow but to thrive. And look, you can and should attack individual beliefs like we covered in this video, but the most powerful thing you can do to grow your business is to shift your identity as a whole. And if you want to learn how the CIA do that, you should check out this video here. And yes, I said the CIA.